This is part 2 of the series called What to Do When Something, Anything, or Everything is Going Wrong in Your Life. And so we were just discussing in part 1 having great compassion for the self, radical acceptance, and not doing that thing that you usually do when you've handled your problems in the past as the foundations of how to do things differently and not just survive through a problem, but to thrive in it instead. So here's the next thing to do. If you're not going to do that thing that you've done in the past, what are you going to do? And what you're going to do is take a soul's eye view. This is what you're being invited to do now. How do you take a soul's eye view? Well, I remember from art class when I was younger, I was taught about perspective. And I was taught that you could look at something from a worm's eye view from the ground. And from the ground, a worm is all around the ground, you would look up and see things from the underside of it. Or you could look at things from a bird's eye view. A bird would be looking at things from the top down. They'd see the top of a roof. They would see the top of a chimney, the top of a tree. That would be the view that the worm would have. Well, a human has a view that's right stuck in the middle. And a human being is so firmly stuck in its own life and what's happening right around it that sometimes it gets super wrapped up in this. And it believes that this is the only way to look at life. It's just from the one perspective that that particular human is taking. But a soul's eye view is when the human goes, wait a minute, this is part of the perspective, but it can't possibly be the whole perspective. It's not. What it is if I link up and really think about what's going on with my soul, that's way above the bird. My soul that's connected to a universal intelligence that knows more than I know in my human field. What is my soul thinking about, coordinating, doing in relationship to what my human being is doing? How is my soul thinking about this issue, this challenge, this problem? How has my soul possibly helped me to choreograph this issue, this challenge, or this problem, or wants to help me through this issue, this challenge, or problem by looking at things from the soul's eye view, that much bigger, expansive, intelligent point of view, versus just that real limited self-absorbed human point of view. So how do we link in with the soul's eye view when it comes to these things that are going wrong in our lives? Well, chances are you have what I typically call soul themes. What are soul themes? It's the stuff, the issues that keep repeating themselves over and over and over again in our lives in one form or another, one format or another, one issue or another. It just keeps popping up in the same way. And once we make the connections to realize that these themes are happening, then we get to start looking at our current challenges in a different way. So maybe a soul theme that you have, and again, a soul theme is an issue that keeps repeating itself, or a way that you have of reacting or feeling and it keeps repeating itself, that is a pattern in your life. So soul themes might be things like repeated financial problems, repeated negative thinking that you feel like you just can't shake, repeated relationship problems, repeated self-judgment, feelings of self-guilt, not having good self-worth. Those are repeated self-themes that might pop up in many different areas of your lives. A soul theme might feeling like you're not good enough, or that people don't like you, or that they don't love you. A soul theme might be constantly feeling like you have physical issues happening in your body, physical problems that are happening in your body. Those are soul themes. So what do we do with those soul themes? Well, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to think about that current challenge that you have, that current thing that's not going right, that thing that's going wrong, the reason why you're watching this video to begin with, because there's something that just isn't going the way you want it to. It's going wrong. Think about that. Take a nice deep breath and think about that. And we're going to look for the way that these two work together, that your current challenge is actually a part of that larger theme. And that larger soul theme is connected in with the soul's eye view. Watch the next video, part of the series, the third part, for the next aspect of what to do with when you're looking at things from a soul's eye view and you're looking at the soul themes, so that we can figure out how to thrive through the problems that we have instead of just surviving them.